What's up, people? In this video, we're going to talk about destroying the things in your life that are preventing you from getting closer to God, and how you can be able to identify what things are from Satan and stuff like that, are trying to distract you from your purpose with God. As for me, like when I came to Jesus for real, gave my whole heart, repented, stopped sinning, like I don't want to live in sin anymore, can change my life completely. I was realizing, the Holy Spirit was showing me stuff that was trying to take me away from knowing God more, and I had to get rid of that stuff out of my life as I started to get closer and closer to God, and He showed me, more and more. So first we're going to start off, and if you got a Bible with you, just open up your Bible. We're going to go ahead to Romans 12. Alright, so if you guys want to flip in your Bible to Romans 12, I'll give you a second. We're going to go to Romans 12 verse 2, or we'll just start at Romans 12, that's fine. This is, I think it's Paul writing. He says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of God. Alright, so we're going to start off that video with that. So for me, as I got closer to God, there was many things in my life that the devil had been using to distract me from finding out my purpose. These were things that I was obsessed with, as far as Pokemon cards, video games. I was actually obsessed with them, past like a normal point, which being obsessed, literally being addicted, that's being a slave to that thing. So I was literally basically a slave to Pokemon and video games and stuff like that. I was also a slave to pornography too. Much like many Christians, will have these things and won't talk about it. Alright, so this is a journal that I had for about 2 years in my high school year, and basically this whole thing was filled up with this whole journal or whatever was like filled up with I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are all like me. I was like staying up late at night and stuff, and I was planning these strategies and stuff for these Pokemon stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it very well or not, but the amount of hours I'd spent on this over something that has no purpose. I'm not even gonna go into in this video about the satanic symbols that are all throughout Pokemon and the occult, like the occult like purpose of Pokemon. I'm not even gonna go into that in this video. I'll do another video on that. But yeah, so I was staying up late at night and like would write all these things and stuff like that, just like my mind was completely gone. This is what I was living for every day, was Pokemon. I was completely a slave to this. And then really quick, let me read at the end of this. This is a poem that I had. So this is me, still obsessed with stuff in this world. I have no idea what's going on. Calling myself a Christian, This is me, the last thing that I wrote in this book. Alright, I think this is a poem that I had written. It was October 6, 2012. Trapped, fighting, why, how, so many tasks to calm, then angry. Burning anger, the lust for violence, the lust for justice, pointless rules, corrupt civilizations, no end in sight. Should I run or embrace fate? Too much conflict, late nights, never resting. Head is out of control. No one can help. Falling to hate, flames in the soul. There's only one choice, but many options. Want to succeed, live happily, but here I am now. How does no one see this? They can't help, they can't solve. So far from everything, so close in my head. Propelled by hate, driven by anger. The only outcome is destruction. How can church help? Jesus can, but I can't. Trying to listen to him, but there's too many other noises. Explosions, dying man. How, why, when will it end? So I wrote this poem last year in this book, and I was completely gone in the head. The devil just had me gone in the head. It was my fault. What I'm saying I completely fell into that trap. If you just heard what I was saying. So, I mean, I'm just sick of, you know, sick of all this crap. I mean, I moved on from that stuff, you know, never going back to that. But yeah, that's pretty much how gone in the head I was by this stuff. And I just want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, I've thrown out my Pokemon cards. I had a huge box of them. And when I threw them into the garbage, and a physical weight had lifted off my shoulders. Like, felt like something lifted off my back. Alright, I totally feel like now, I feel like God has shown me that was some kind of demonic force that was attached to those cards. That literally lifted off my life. So, yeah, and I'm not, in this video, I'm not even going to go into the symbology in Pokemon. I'm not going to go into the reason behind, I'm not going to go into that, alright? But I'm just going to say that I was totally, you know, into that. Let's go into another game that I was really into that was fun. This is like regular things that will be in your house, and God, as you get close to God, you'll realize how much you've been wasting your time with stuff. And you start to realize why these people in other countries with nothing are so close to God. Because we have all these things that this culture will try to push at you to do and conform to the world and have fun. I mean, my joy is in the Lord. That's it. Alright? But yeah, so there's this other game called Munchkin, which is made by this person named Steve Jackson Games. I don't know if you can see that right there, his logo. This is his logo right there, the pyramid with the eye on it. It's not even hidden or anything. This game, the words of this game is kill monsters, steal the treasure, make your buddy walk the plank. So that's kind of the general message, and people are like, haha, it's fun, it's a game, right? But people don't even realize all these messages and symbols that is being portrayed upon them right here, like this. And doing more research on this on the internet, this dude Steve Jackson actually made this card game too, the Illuminati card game. If you guys don't know anything about that, it was a game made in like 1990 around, and it has cards. So basically, this game has the games he makes has lots of cards like this. You know. Also, I want to get into card game stuff like you know, started with like people reading fortunes and reading tarot cards and things like that. So then when you start to look at these different organizations, like the one that made Pokemon was literally called Wizards of the Coast. Like these things kind of like give themselves away when you really start to look at them. But yeah, so I mean, they're like, it has like lots of cards. It's a card game. And this other game that he has made, the Illuminati game, has cards on it about current events that have happened now, about the World Trade Centers being bombed before they were ever bombed. It describes all kinds of stuff about the United Nations, stuff like that. So I have no idea what this person was involved in, but I'm like, this is what they chose as their main logo. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I'm completely done with this game too. I'm about to throw it out after this video. Just complete satanic garbage. That's just wasting my time. This right here is a book. These people gave it to me for my birthday. Just this year as I was getting close to God. And there's no reason for me to read this book. You know, I'd much rather read this book. This is the only book that I'm really trying to read right now. This is some book about the answers to matter and energy, and it's some like atheist thing, and it's like talking about the government going after this person, so it's like a thriller, and there's murder and death. And what's scary is you realize that people read this stuff for fun, and it has nothing to do with Christian anything. People are calling themselves Christian, but really no one's really following Jesus. Alright, so this is just another completely, oh man, this book wanted to stay, man, but this is just a completely another, you know, just garbage book that the devil was trying to get me off my focus with God on that one. This video game. Alright, we're gonna do this video game now. So by the way, I had already thrown out like a whole ton of this crap that was in my life. I'd gone through a lot of stuff, but today I was really feeling like, you know, I'm gonna go through my final sweep and just completely get all this stuff that Satan has tried to get me with, just completely get it out of my life. And I just wanted you guys to show you guys some of the things. You know, as you get closer to God, God will show you what this stuff is. And it's very clear. If you're with the Spirit of God, if you really have the Holy Spirit in you, you can know what's the purpose of these things in your life and stuff like that. It's very clear. This game is called Mass Effect 3. I have played through all the games of this. I'm not gonna get into deep details about the well, in this game, it's all kind of stuff about aliens, which aliens in real life is demons. All kinds of stuff about genetic advancement, which is not anything to do with God. All kinds of just new age principles and stuff in this game. In this game, you kill a lot of people and stuff like that. You know, you're the master of your own destiny. You get to do what you want to do. It's a satanic principle. You get to go around killing lots of people and stuff like that. What else? What else in this? Oh, in this game too, you can actually like have sex in this game. This is a video game, which most of you people who don't play video games anymore, these are like almost as real as movies, but they're interactive. So yeah, you could even have sex in this game. You can have sex with people, and you can have sex with aliens if you really want to. I was obsessed with this game and played this game last year, and if you guys remember when that Sandy Hook shooting was last year, I remember at that time I was playing this game and I was more upset because one character in my game had died than in the Sandy Hook shooting. I didn't even care about it, and that was one of the major wake-ups for me that you know, the purpose behind this is I was living in an illusion that wasn't real. I was like the devil was like portraying, like my whole consciousness was living in this illusion. Like I didn't care about reality. Reality sucked. I just wanted to live in this illusion, which promotes completely satanic principles. So this thing too is just completely like I'm done with this. So I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna scratch these, man. Like for real, guys. Like you guys seriously just get serious with your walk with God and just uproot this other stuff. This movie, someone sent it to me for my birthday too this year. After I got close to God, it's just a completely new age movie about aliens and stuff too, and a lot of new age principles and energy within and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm just this thing too is just completely trash. So now, what else do I have to go through? Oh, I used to be a huge fan of manga, Naruto, all this stuff like this. Let's check out this cover real quick, like that. All right, you see that woman up there? I can't point. This woman with the breasts and stuff like that. All right, I'm just gonna point out some very obvious things that's wrong with a lot of manga and stuff like that. They promote a lot of sexual stuff inside the manga. So manga would be Japanese comic books. There's a lot of sexual stuff. But let's just get down to the point of Naruto. I'm not even going to go into any of the symbology of Naruto. I'm not going to go into any of that. I'm just going to talk about it. It's all about the energy within you. It's all about Naruto. The main character has a demonic spirit sealed in him, and a fox spirit sealed in him. And all the main characters is kind of like they use like these evil demons and stuff for good. There's a lot of occult symbology in it as far as the symbols and stuff that they use in this, and there's a lot of like mystic Eastern beliefs and stuff like that in them. So, and I just want to let you guys know how influenced I was by this stuff. All right, like this is the kind of stuff that I was living for. Let me just make a stack of all these books. Oh, and then this other one called One Piece. There you go. Oh, there you go. You have the skull and bones right there as well on the front. And this one is completely, these have sex in it, has violence, it has whatever. It's just different people all trying to find their own path, I mean, it's so obvious now that I'm with God what the purpose was for these things. Oh, and then here's another Munchkin set. Just great. That's why that guy Steve Jackson who made those other games is just. I'm throwing this one out too. completely. So sorry, Munchkin. No, I'm not sorry about Munchkin being destroyed. I just like. I mean, seriously, guys, this stuff is so obvious once you start digging into God. Like, He will show you what stuff in your life is from the devil. All right, yeah. So, anyways, here's this stack of comic books. All right, that was promoting Eastern beliefs and like, which is this stuff from the devil. It's all from the devil. All this energy within, summoning stuff, all these hand signals that they tell you to do. All the fans of Naruto are doing all these hand signals. This One Piece stuff, all kinds of sexual stuff in it. So yeah, there's all that done with that too. Another thing I want to talk about. All right, last year I was in a class called Digital Imaging or Graphic Design in my high school. I had a main project that my teacher was just really thrilled about. He was really thrilled about it. It was this. This was my main project. It was making a logo for a company. Alright? Just a made up logo or whatever. Alright. So just look at this logo for a little bit. So let's look at this. Right here. This eye. This eye looks similar to an eye that I had in a dream. Looks very similar to an eye that was a was a demon spirit, that was a lust spirit that was around me, that God revealed to me in a dream as I was fasting, and he cast out that spirit from me. I didn't even know about this. I didn't even have this. This was my most successful project. I got like an A plus on this. So I was like so brainwashed and stuff that I was like, in my art and stuff, the kind of stuff that I would praise the system of this world and praise these symbols and stuff like that. So, sorry, this project has nothing to do with God or anything like that, so it has no value or worth to me. I'll talk about this one too. This, I don't know if you can see, it's like all pixelated. This was a graphic design imaging that I did for a music artist called Drake, who's completely in leagues with these other satanic rappers. His main symbol is the owl, which is a complete occult thing, and it also references the Bohemian Grove, where all these people will like go every year and do sacrifices and stuff. I mean, look that up. If I've done a lot of research on this stuff, and God showed me some stuff on this too. This is my main idol. And isn't that funny too, how people refer, like, they'll ask you, well, who's your idol or whatever, like, who's your favorite musician? They'll say, who's your idol? Or like, who do you want to be like? I mean, I didn't really want to be like this person, but I loved his music. All kinds of music about sex, drugs, violence, just stupid things that have nothing to do with God. And I was calling myself a Christian and pounding this music in my ears all the time. But yeah, this dude is completely influenced by Satan. Completely, his music is influenced by demons, and this was my most favorite person that I wanted to make a portrait of on the computer. So I spent all this time making this, promoting this system of this world, man. So I seriously, all the stuff that I once counted as gain, I count as loss, man. It's like all this, like I look around, like all that stuff that I had in my life was just complete garbage, man. What else? Let me go through some of my portfolio. This is another graphic design I made. It's a cool logo. Let me kind of, so this is for Digimon. That's something that was kind of like Pokemon that I was obsessed with too. Digimon stands for digital monsters. I'm not even going to go into the principles or beliefs about this. It's literally stands for digital monsters. It has nothing to do with God, and just basically will just possess kids and just get them to focus. They don't want to have anything to do with God when they're doing this stuff. What else do I have in here? Let me check it out. Nope, not that. Yeah, so that was from my graphic design class last year. What else? Oh, I want to go through the thing that I was wearing around my neck all the time. This is what I was wearing around my neck at school. It's we'd put our ID on here. So for our school we have to have an ID, so we'd put our ID on here. This is what we would wear around our neck all the time. I have nothing against the company of Gatorade or anything, but I just want to talk about this Gatorade logo of what, now that I know about, I've looked up the symbols and stuff that these occult people will use and stuff like that. I don't know whether this is intentional or not, but they have, for Gatorade, they have the lightning bolt right there. The lightning bolt represents Lucifer. That's why you have Harry Potter has a lightning bolt on his head. So the occult people, they very well know what the lightning bolt represents in imagery and stuff when they present it. That's what the lightning bolt represents. It represents Lucifer, who is the devil. And then also about these, if you can see, like, it's hard to see, but the lightning bolt actually makes it a 6, so it's not really a G behind it. It makes it like a 6. So then I was wearing this around my neck. That's like 6666666. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about. The only times that I had ever seen the number 666 was when I was playing the game Pokemon on the Game Boy. I was playing it at night under my covers and stuff, and this number would pop up in the game on the health bars and stuff. That's the only time I've seen that number. Other time I've seen that number in that video game that I just destroyed called Mass Effect. I saw that number is in the game. There's a character named Legion who has 666 programs living in him. He's like a robot thing. And that's also a reference to Legion, which is, I mean, guys, it's just crazy. Like, the kind of, not even talking about the morality of it, there's so much like symbolism and stuff that's purposely or not purposely put in there, but it clearly points to the devil and represents the devil. Yeah, so this thing, I'm not proud to wear that around my neck at all. This is the headphones that I was blasting this satanic music that I was listening to in. You can see that's a skull on it. If you guys who don't know, well, skull obviously represents death. But if you guys don't know about the Skull and Bones Society, that's what has overpopularized this, across America and stuff like that. So this is just complete trash. Oh, now let me go through some of the clothes that you'll wear, the clothes that people will wear. All right, let's go to this one. This shirts that I'm just never gonna wear again. Marvel Comics. For you guys who don't really understand the whole superhero thing, I'm not saying it's all bad, but the meaning that's underneath the superhero thing is, if you look at it, it's like, that we're not like made the way that we're supposed to be. Like, the people that we're praising but yeah, one of the main things behind the superheroes and like Superman and Spider-Man and all that stuff is like, like, oh, it's that hero that came down to save us, like, from our troubles, like, oh, he's so great, you know. And also all the heroes are like, they have like mutant abilities or like mutant powers and stuff like that, which is kind of like that same thing like the giants and stuff from the Bible. Oh, like they were superhuman or whatever. And that's when you go back to, the Greek legends and stuff, like the demigods and stuff. Like, oh, they were part God, part man. Well, they weren't part God, part man. It was part like devil, part man. But yeah, you get this same. This is our modern adaptation of our demigods that we will worship. That we have all kinds of legends and tales about, and people these I mean, we're so advanced or whatever, but look, like, people are doing the same pagan traditions. Like, people are going to like these movie theaters or like whatever, to sit down and watch these legends about their gods, and they're like wearing T-shirts about them, about their gods, and like, oh, like, what's your favorite god or whatever. I mean, it's not that they're saying it's their god, but like they're worshiping it because they're spending all their time into it, and they're like, oh yeah, I love Spider-Man, yeah, I love Superman, whatever. And then there's also kind of this like weird principle behind some of it, like about, yeah, just about all of them. They're not regular people. They're all like changed, but they're like super because they're really different or whatever. And this is where you get into, God created everything the way that it should be in its proper order and everything. But the devil, even since old, has been trying to disrupt God's perfect order. That's why when you have, gay people and stuff, that's 100% against God's perfect order. You have to be completely warped in your mind to even, be gay. This devil has to completely trick you with that. But same kind of thing with all this propaganda that's being pushed about like DNA manipulation and like there's some weird stuff with alien stuff, which is demons, fallen angels. The same thing you get into fallen angels and stuff in the Bible, not in the Bible, but where the giants came from and stuff like that. But it's the same propaganda that's being pushed. So getting rid of that T-shirt. And I don't hate the superhero. Like I don't hate all of it. I'm just talking about what's the underlying principle behind it. Like I'm saying, because Satan obviously has an agenda. The same way that God has an agenda, and Satan is up to like the same tricks that he's always up to. This is another shirt. This shirt was so a while ago. I used to have a different YouTube channel called Josh Izzle, and me and my friend got these custom shirts. This one I'm gonna throw away because when you wear it, it's like a sexual. This wasn't what we intended, I don't really think, but we were like, oh, that's kind of funny, so we kept it. It's like a sexual like thing, like it's pointing down like to your private area, and it's saying that like it's like a sexual act or something. Like if you don't understand it, that's probably better. But being a young person and stuff, in high school and stuff, there's so many lust spirits and stuff going around that you're completely aware, and I was actually unaware of the significance of this. But I don't want to wear that shirt. This is a shirt from my new high school. This is what the back of this shirt will say: "May the odds ever be in your favor," which is from, I think it's a quote from that weird book thing called Hunger Games, which is another reason why like you wonder why people are so obsessed with it when it's talking about people dying innocently and like kids killing each other in this like weird like futuristic world where like everyone is controlled and it's all grim, and it's got like these huge blockbuster hits when the movie came out. And like I mean like I don't like people don't even understand the stuff that they're really worshiping with their time and stuff like that. But yeah, may the odds be ever in your favor. That's another example of like paganism in this modern day culture. So I mean paganism, like pagan beliefs, like ancient stuff, like may the odds be in your favor. Like it's like saying good luck or whatever. Like may the gods of luck be with you, or even if that's not what the people who are saying this are intending to mean, but those same spirits that's always been around are still portraying the same message, except people are like, oh, we're too sophisticated for that. But really, they're doing all the same pagan stuff that people have always done. Yeah. This shirt. Hold up. Let me make sure I can get this right. Yeah, this shirt says, "We go places, we do things." Yeah, and it has 3 pyramids, and then it has like a shadow behind each of the 3 pyramids, and then it has that line down there that's like a snake. You can see that white line. It's like a snake, and there's the head of the snake is down there. This one kind of tripped me out when I thought about what this meant. Because if you guys don't know about the 3 pyramids of Egypt or anything, that's something you guys should look up. That's part of the symbolism on the dollar bill. That's the symbolism in the Adidas logo. And like I said, I don't know if this stuff is intentional or not, but I do know that there's spiritual forces that's putting this stuff out there, regardless of whether people are aware of it or not. So yeah, this like it's kind of like there's like a more sinister pyramid behind each of them. It ties into occult and satanic principles. And then the whole thing, even that the logo says, "We go places, we do things." Like they're like we're living it up. It's a whole young person thing, like YOLO, you only live once. Which makes them just do stupid things instead of realizing, oh, you only live once. Where are we going after we die? They're just like, we only live once. Let's go do something stupid and waste our lives. So this shirt, I really don't like it. actually more surprised about this symbolism in that shirt than other ones, because yeah, that one just kind of blew me away a little bit. Oh, this one um is that Nike just do it. Um, so I kind of want to go over a couple things. Um, like I said, I'm not talking about whether it's intentional or not, but I'm talking about that there is spiritual forces that's doing things. The negative spiritual forces like demonic forces. Um, okay, let's just start out with the circle with the Nike slash in it. Um, all right, so if you guys don't know yet, basically whenever the occult will try to like make a spell or something, they'll like put a circle around something. That's when you draw like a pentagram in the circle, or they'll even draw other symbols like upside down crosses and stuff like that. And maybe if there's a symbol representing a person or organization or whatever, it's supposed to contain the power. And that's what this is. And also the that circle when you wear this T-shirt will actually be right over where your heart is. Um, that circle with the symbol in it will be right over where your heart is. And then um, it says "Just do it," which is Nike's main slogan. And you know, people are obsessed with Nike and stuff like that. I just want to talk real quick about Nike in ancient Greek mythology was actually the god of like athletic pursuits, and there's various writings where this god has supposedly appeared to people. Um, and it was also it was supposed to give victory in battle. But people worship this deity, which is not it's not God. You know, there's demons behind that deity. But yeah, so I mean that's why you have people so crazed about the Nike shoes and the Nike stuff. It's that same deity that was that same demon that was around that myth of Nike back then, but like it got a new name and rebranded, and like the devil was just like laughing at people behind how gone they are about like, oh, Nike this, Nike that. Like that's that whole people are so obsessed with the brand. Like why are they really obsessed with the brand? Like there's more at work than you can even see. And then see how it says just do it. So that's something else that like most people don't pick up on. When God led me into some of the research about the major symbols of Satanism and that kind of stuff, um, I learned a little bit about this dude named Aleister Crowley, who's like a big, just supreme Satanist. Like he was behind Hitler too. He was like helping out Hitler in the Nazi thing. He's just a complete evil person. Um, and is like his teaching and stuff has like tricked many people into like following devils and stuff like that. But he was talking about one of his major phrases was "do what thou wilt," which is almost exactly to just do it. So do what thou wilt is a satanic principle because it's like do what you want to do, live it up your way, and that's the whole main thing behind Satanism is ignoring God's natural order and living your way. Regardless of whether you worship Satan or not, 'cause people behind those same forces, what the way that they live their lifestyle. But yeah, so that's Nike's main slogan is just do it. I'm not saying all Nike clothes are evil or whatever, but like you gotta be careful with this stuff. Like, what's the message that you really want to portray when you're wearing your shirt or whatever? Like I'd much rather like promote this. So that's that Nike shirt. This is another shirt that is cool artwork. Um, so if you can see, there's a person, it's a Lego person, and they're trying on like different heads or whatever. And there's also the Harry Potter head in there, and the zombie head in there, which is kind of stuff that I don't want anything to do with regardless. Um, but besides that stuff, it's kind of it relates to this belief nowadays that kids have, and a lot of people that you can go to your job, act one way, go home, act another way, go to your boyfriend or girlfriend, act another way, then go home and watch pornography, then swear. When you're with your friends, you can do drugs and stuff. Just don't do that around your parents. And it's this whole thing about relative morality and different masks and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, we all wear different masks, don't you? Like, like you always like this is how everyone lives, and it's just people live their lives as complete lies, like they're hypocrites about everything, and they don't even see it. So that's kind of what's subliminally being promoted here, like trying on different personalities. So really, for me, I don't want to wear that kind of shirt. Um, this one. Um, this is a custom T-shirt that I have made. I made this graphic right here. And like I painted this a while back, and right on there is like the dragon. That's one of the main. That was probably one of my favorite Pokemon, was the dragon Charizard. Just besides the fact that it's a dragon, the great dragon of old, the red dragon. You know, there's the red dragon right there on my T-shirt. Um, and it's Pokemon, which was completely just oppressing me, and I was a slave to Pokemon. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was my fault. I fell into that trap, but there were spiritual forces at work, behind that I'm not even gonna lie about. But yeah, so I custom designed this shirt and made this shirt with this dragon on the front, and dragons and the snake and everything is all like, that's like Satan. So, and the fact that this is probably people's most favorite Pokemon, is like the coolest Pokemon, just shows you that there's even more stuff going on behind Pokemon than what can meet the eye. Oh yeah, that's basically it. I mean, now I have this whole bag of trash that I'm gonna take out to the trash bag. I hope that you guys can pray for God for discernment to see what kind of stuff that you should, that's prohibiting your relationship with God. And if you still got your Bible with me, this is the one thing that no matter what, no matter what you have to deal with in your life or get out of your life, this is that one possession. This is the only, possession that I think has the most value in my life. Ultimately, I need no possessions because I have God, but this is the most valuable possession in my life, the Bible. So let's just wrap off with this video real quick. Let's flip to Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. So I'll give you a second to go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. And yeah, so I just want to finish this video, with the words from the Bible. Let's see what the followers of Jesus had to say, and I'll do a real quick prayer, and then we'll continue on. So Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And then he goes on to say, wherefore unto you the whole armor of God, no, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. So I mean, just make sure you get that spiritual armor on you. Read your Bible. If God calls you into a fast to get close to Him, fast and pray. You got to stay committed to praying while you're fasting. Just have a healthy, prayer life. Just stay in your Word. Read the Bible and just pray to God, and try to cut out of your life those things that you can tell that are clearly, the devil's trying to take you off your path with God. Those things will become apparent as you chase God more and more. Also, let's go over to Philippians. It should be like one page over from there. Philippians 9. And this I pray, that your love, no, I mean Philippians 1 verse 9. And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment, that ye may approve things that are excellent, and that you may be sincere and without offense till the day of Christ. So that's my message for you guys. I pray that you would just be sincere and without offense until the day of Christ, that you make yourselves holy and make your lifestyle holy, and just set your mind on God and set your heart on the kingdom of heaven, and not what's on this world right now. So love you guys. God bless. See ya.